Okay. All right. Thank you. Um, my name is Sandra Che, and I have the honor to do the Q&A to these three beautiful films. And I was informed Loreta is here, the director of the film Daniel you've seen. Please welcome her. Please come forward. Hi. Hi, Loreta.
I finally made it.
Yeah. So we've seen, I think that was a film you done when you were in art school, right?
Yes, it was my third year of University of Pristina, film directing department film. Now I'm preparing for my diploma film.
Oh, wow.
Graduation.
Yeah. Congrats and thank you for this beautiful story. Can you tell us a bit more, because I read this is kind of based on a true story. Can you tell us a bit more?
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for Akazikya Film Festival for giving Daniel an opportunity of this beautiful screening, and I think it's well deserved. To be honest, this is a film based on true story, but not only based on true story of Daniel's, but Roma and Ashkali and Egyptian children. Why I tell you, because it's based on true stories, because what I see every day. This is what I see in my country, how Roma, Ashkali and Egyptian children are treated, and how it's so difficult for them to reach their dreams. And I truly dedicate all this artwork, and I'm not going to stop here. I'm just going to continue until they can dream as anybody else. Their children, they have that right.
All these three films are kind of interconnected. I think it's also well curated in terms of it's in the context of school, in education and bullying, racism in school, at school, around school. And I do really think it's where, of course, our socialization all starts and so on. Does the situation, as you describe it, is it like apply also? Can you relate to the other two films?
Yeah. Okay. So I dedicated this to school because of what I see on the streets, but that doesn't mean that all Roma, Ashkali, and Egyptian children are not going to school. Actually, they are pretty smart. I got to see and to meet them closer through my film project, and I was so amazed. How can a 5-year-old guy speak so English better than me? I'm like, okay. I went to the Gračanica. It's a village in Kosovo to get my preparation for film, and I gathered all the Roma, Ashkali, and Egyptian children so we can play together, so I can pick my main character there, you know. And it was this 6-year-old guy, little boy, who translated for me to all the Roma children over there. I'm like, wow, this is so amazing. They were so smart, they were so generous, so loving, and everything. But I am specifically talking about the other children who don't get the opportunity to go to school. I bet that if you stop by the streets and ask a Roma children or an Ashkali Egyptian children, what do you want to grow up, or do you want to continue looking for money on the streets, I bet 100% that nobody will say, yes, I like this job and I really want to do it. No, that's not true. somebody wants to be a pilot, somebody wants to be a teacher, director, artist, whatever. So the point of the film is, if there are 20 people who see this film in this audience, my point of this creation was at least 10 of them to get out with a different mind for children on the streets. Instead of pushing them away, there are a lot of different things you can get them closer. So help them, you know, they are children, they don't know, they need help.
Okay. I think it's really a kind of global or universal issue, or what means education and children, education for children. But I've learned also that the other two directors are with us as well online, right? Can I see them? Ah, wow. Hey, hello. Great. Thank you. I'm really, really great. I have to bend down because I can see you on the floor because I cannot see it this way. Thank you. I really am. I have a question on the film Jacket, because I also learned that is student project, right?
Yes,
I really love the beginning where the steam and the flower, the vaporizing in the air blends in and kind of introduce us to the theme. And I would like to hear of you also, because it reminded me of kind of this thematic exposure of racism, which is in the air. And I would like to hear a thought or two of you, Aleksandra.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for having us again this year within the festival. It's a great pleasure. And I'm so happy to be here with three women also directing movies. So from the perspective of the film industry, I think it's very important for having women within the industry. I hope you can hear me right. Yes, the idea of using a color of black and white at the beginning and all the way through the movie was the one level of telling the story regarding racism, which is common in Serbia, as I believe in any other country in the world. Which is something that we as human rights activists and filmmakers, artists, need to question through our work and need to bring up to the world and to the audience to question their own, my own practices, discriminatory practices, my own as a majority within this country, white majority within this country, towards minorities, all the groups that are present in Serbia. So that is my responsibility. I take it as responsibility to direct, to write such movies.
Thank you. Also, I mean, I was really touched by this white jacket question to swallow, and also your idea of blending in the phrase at the end, kind of there's no criteria for race, and we might all know it, but just to stress it at the at the end with the son reading out of a biology book. I was really touched. Thank you. And Alma, I have also one question. I really liked your mixing two formats and stressing this one figure and pointing and focusing again. And you have two main characters actually. And what's especially so clear is the self-hatred of this girl. Great idea. Can you explain a bit more how you came into this idea and what it means to you?
Yes, of course. First of all, thank you so much for having me a part of this festival. It means a lot, especially when it's such a personal movie to me. The movie Enough is based on and inspired by real events, mostly my own, of being a Roma student and how it was for me to hide my identity for all of for my teachers, from my friends, from my classmates. And when we follow the Romani students in the classroom, I wanted it to feel like the audience was brought to the classroom, and that they got the chance to see and feel like, okay, he's the one who's taking responsibility. And I'm not sure if you guys can still hear me. Hello?
We can hear you clearly. Keep going.
Oh, sorry. I thought something happened to the sound. So my idea was to take the camera into the classroom so that the audience felt a part of it. And the little plot twist is that he's not saying anything. And I wanted it to feel like, okay, so maybe it's not his responsibility to say anything. Maybe we who are in the classroom maybe also need to stand up for the rights of human rights for Romani people.
Thank you. Actually, I was really thinking about watching all these three films and also watching other films in the film festival, which I think really it's a great program, great films. I was wondering myself, and I might be really ignorant, but as far as I can see, it's not the names, yeah, it's not the look, and it's like in the film, the jacket. Only after the name was dropped, she's recognized as a Roma woman. And how does this relate? I mean, also when I see around me, it's not like a color black or Asian looking, and I was wondering, especially seeing the film Jacket, how that goes. And Aleksandra, maybe you can just elaborate on that one.
I will try to explain. I'm not sure did I get it right, but the main character, the main actress in the movie, she's a Roma woman. So the idea was not to, be so obvious, because this kind of the discrimination that we are talking about is not the open discrimination. It's not like, because you are Roma or you are some other nationality than Serbian, or you are lesbian, or that's why you are discriminated. It is much deeper, and it's more dangerous because it's not so uncovered. It's not so direct. It's not so you know, said directly. And this is what is happening now, you know, in our country, and I suppose in many other countries. If you are a member of minority, you won't be discriminated as much directly. This is going to be like this, you know. We don't have time now, or this is not a proper material, or we don't do this anymore, and so on. So the idea was not to be in line with this covered discrimination. Did I answer your question? Maybe not. I apologize for that.
Yeah, thank you. I get to the point that you cannot tell by their look, you cannot tell by their skin color, you cannot tell about nothing that they're Romani. So what's wrong with it? Okay, so now when I know that they are Romani, now I have to be bad to them? Like, why? So this is that part of the people that looks into, like dig into those Romani people, so they can find something there, like to be after them, if you get what I'm saying. So if there's nothing different to them, so why they should be different?
Yeah, sure. That's the point. Because it's not something visibly marked, you know?
Yeah.
And I was wondering, maybe one last question. Do we have time? Yeah. Yes. And maybe we open up to the audience.
Is there any question that you have to what Alexandra?
Yeah. You can raise your hand.
I guess everybody loved our films.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, I have one more question. Okay. Or you can raise anytime. Yeah. Okay.
Ich möchte nur wissen, ob die Regisseurinnen merken, wie der Unterschied zwischen Ländern zum Beispiel. So Roma, die zum Beispiel in Deutschland leben oder in anderen Ländern auch. Das wollte ich gerne wissen.
Ob Sie das selber merken? Do you see? Yeah. Do you see and feel any difference between communities in different countries?
Of course. Yeah. Depends on the country. Well, I love my country and I want to live there forever. But I believe that in small countries, when the population is not very big, like you can tell that the Romani people, their conditions to live better than Europe, for example, are not equal. And maybe Romani people somewhere in Europe would be better, but still, I'm questioning myself on this. Because, look, we have Sweden, we have Serbia, we have Kosovo, we have maybe United Kingdom or somewhere else, and still, it's the same issue. Like, same the issue of Daniel in Kosovo, same the issue in Sweden, same issue in everywhere. So I think it's a worldwide problem that should be changed. Bitte.
Other questions? Okay. I was wondering, because the G word and all these racism Romani people face are really blatant in actually most of the films I've seen so far. But of course, they do a kind of resistance in showing and doing such films, but also at the other hand, you are kind of reproducing also stereotypes and all these stories,
Yeah.
retelling the stories same old. Yeah, and I wonder if it's because it's so much deeper in the society and so much crueler and more blatant, this racism against Romani people, that is so? Or is it possible to make more kick-ass films, you know, reverse the
That will be my next
perspective
one.
or whatever?
That might be the next one. It doesn't mean that, from my opinion, if it looks like a stereotype, it's somehow awakening the people who see it to not do such a thing. But also kicking, that's a good choice. Like, why not? But for example, for Daniel, I mean, Daniel kicked us all in the set, to be very honest. He was such a little man and so generous. Like, he should be a main character to another kicking film, to be very honest. But it's kind of awakening. So just to tell the people that many years are passing by and things need to change. So don't make us do films. Let us stop here. So we don't face the same problems anymore. Even though I am not Romani, I am Kosovan. But I love Romani people. I really do. I love their culture. I think they have the beautiful culture inside. And I really, through my art, I want to support their culture to not be seen as it's being seen today.
Aleksandra, Alma, do you have something to add to the question? Did you hear me and understand kind of my question? Okay. All the films I've seen so far have this stereotypes you are showing again, and through this showing, kind of you are reproducing stereotypes about Romanis. Of course, it's a full circle problem. I'm aware of it. But would it be possible to reverse the gaze or perspective, to kind of ridicule the racism or whatever other strategies might be there? I'm sorry, we can't hear you. We have technical problems. Sorry. Aleksandra, maybe you want to try?
Can you hear me? Okay, well, you see at the end of the movie there is a resistance toward the behavior of people toward Romani people. So at the end also you will see a woman sitting across the white jacket, which symbolized white people, yeah? And you see the raised hand toward her, but she is not accepting that hand because she has no trust in white people. So let's say there is I wanted to show resistance. I didn't want to show submissive people, and so yeah, the movie, documentary movie I made last year and was screened at Akademia was something similar to what you just said. For Romani women are telling their stories, but from a winning side, from the position of strong and independent women. So yeah, I get what you said, and yeah, I think that's a good position. Yeah, I agree.
Thank you. I got a sign that we gotta come to an end slowly, and I want to thank everybody in the audience that you came to this beautiful film festival by this shitty weather. But it makes me happy to see you, Loreta.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
and Aleksandra and Alma. Thanks so much, and hope to see you soon again.
Thanks so much again, the Deputy Minister of Ministry and Culture, Youth and Sport from Kosovo, who is here now supporting his country and our films. Also from the Embassy of Kosovo in Berlin, the sir and madam, thank you so much for supporting us. This is what we need.
Thank you. Bye,
Bye-bye.
Alma. Bye, Aleksandra.
Okay. But I'd like just to give you one final reminder. When you came in, you would have done rating card. Please fill this in because this goes towards our Audience Choice Award.
Romale, a venko amaro Romano Filmesko Festivalo